Gale gets arrested
so
in
true.
the books because he goes to sell a turkey to the peacekeeper.
Yes, because he is breaking the rules by hunting outside of
and
the
then
gate
who
or
opens
whatever.
the door is this new guy, and he's like illegal, whipping the shit out of you. But in the movie, he tackles the peacekeeper. Gale's not insane, and he would have been executed.
100%. I was actually kind of shocked by like the kissing scenes in Catching Fire, because it seemed like she wanted to kiss him.
Yeah.
And that was not the case.
Yeah. I feel like by adding more intimacy into Gale and Katniss, they took away more intimacy from Peeta and Katniss. But in this one, she's like, how does it feel to want to be the most like wanted person in the capital that everybody wants to have sex with you? And Katniss is like, I don't think. And she's like, I wasn't talking to you.
Whereas in the book, she was like,
and then he's like, oh, I haven't dealt with anything as mundane as money in years. I deal with secrets. And Katniss
do you
is
have
like,
secrets, girl on fire?
and in her head, she's like, what?
What is he talking about?
But I do like that, like, Peeta comes and he's like, what did he want? She's like, he wanted my secrets.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Ale.
And I'm Carla, and this is Booked and Buzzin'.
From bestseller to hidden gems, we're going to be sharing our thoughts, reviews, and all the latest buzz in the book world.
Today, we're going to be covering the Catching Fire movie in comparison to the book.
Yep, we're going to be analyzing and discussing while enjoying our Chipotle mango daiquiris to add some spice to the fire. Mm-hmm. Which is actually
yours truly.
Really good.
I know.
This one's really good. And this one's better than like the last few ones.
Yeah. But last episodes was
the
really good too.
blackberry mojito was not bad.
No, I liked it a lot.
It was pretty good. Mm-hmm. It was like the snows episode.
I know
was
that
like,
one, like the drama.
Dios mío. I was like, God, please don't let me make something so awful again.
It was. Sometimes the looks don't match the taste.
Yep, exactly. So you know what's right off the bat, something I do want to say.
Tell me.
Is that when I'm gonna stick to the ratings that we gave them in the last episode, where I thought Mockingjay Part 2, then Catching Fire, then Hunger Games, then Mockingjay Part 1 is my favorite. But since I recently watched Catching Fire to just remember all my notes and stuff, what a great movie.
I know.
Wow.
I do have some critiques though.
Okay. But I was just shocked that I was like, oh, I actually really liked it. And
it was amazing.
When I watch Mockingjay again, I'm going to be like, are you staying number one? Or are we going to, switch up Catching Fire? Because Catching Fire was my favorite. Really good.
It's my favorite. Followed by Mockingjay Part 2. So I don't think it's going to change for me. But I guess, so content-wise, I'm a little mixed up in my head with certain things where I'm like, I don't remember if this happened in the book or in the movie because I just watched it. But there's a few things that I'm like, I know that did not happen in the books. That annoyed me.
Okay.
So
I'm drawing a blank. So what was it?
Well, starting with like how Katniss and Gale like reunite in the first, like he acts like nothing, and he's just like, "Hey, I was walking and the turkeys.
I saw some turkeys."
But that's not how it was. It was awkward at first. There was a lot of tension.
Yep.
She's also that whole time she's been providing for his family, and I understand that you have to cut certain things for the sake of the time.
Yeah.
But I feel like that could have been done differently.
A little bit better.
And as I watched the whole movie, I don't want to like argue about Gale, but I feel like I know for a fact you can't read the book.
Like, give us all twitching. Like,
you can't read the book and watch the movie and tell me that he was portrayed the same.
No.
I didn't like that. They made Gale so much nicer in the movie than what he was in the book. Like, they took away a lot of his fury. They did.
Yes.
Like, when she's like, let's run away together, he's like, okay.
Okay.
She's like,
so he was way more chill in the movie. Like, he was less.
First of all, is like, who's us? You, me, and your fiance? But like that, not even mad. And in the book,
joking.
He's like, I don't know.
Whose gloves are these?
No,
like,
he starts off like, I don't know. And then she's like, we can do it. You said we could do it. We'll take our families. And he's like, okay, let's do it. And she's like, great. I got to convince Peeta and Haymitch. And then he's like, what? Immediately, he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that just because I feel like I know, because I remember what happens in Mockingjay, that the way that he executes certain conversations with Katniss is washed down a lot in the movie. He's given a lot more grace in the movie, and I think they obviously did it to make him not as hateable as he could be, which I didn't appreciate. I just want to say I didn't appreciate how.
So he was like watered down as a character, like his intensity.
One of Gale's defining qualities is his fury and his intensity.
Fury, 100%.
And they made it so. And like the way he gets arrested, like they just were trying to make Gale a hero, and I was like, you are a hero, but not like this. Like Gale gets arrested in the books because he goes to sell a turkey to the peacekeeper.
Yes, because he is breaking the rules by hunting outside of
and then
the gate or whatever.
The door is this new guy, and he's like, illegal, whipping the shit out of you. But in the movie, he tackles the peacekeeper. Gale's not insane, and he would have been executed.
100%. Actually, you bring up a really good point. I really did not like that.
Me neither.
And I hated how everybody like tried to step in.
Yeah.
Like Katniss makes sense. Haymitch is not gonna step in for Gale.
Stepped in for Katniss in the books. He did.
Yes, but not for
it was Peeta and Haymitch that stepped in because Katniss was gonna get fucked up.
Okay, true.
So that did happen, but the way it all happened was, and then like also, Katniss is like helping Greasy say, which they don't even say it's her, but you know because in the books it's her. And then she hears the whipping and she's like, and she runs and sees that it's Gale. But in the books, and that's fine. That's a small nugget that they altered for the sake of brevity. I'm okay with that. But I didn't like how they portrayed Gale as a lot nicer. He's not like that. Gale is straight up. He's abrasive, just like Katniss. He's intense. He has really strong feelings. When he's angry, he's fucking angry. When he's feeling rebellious, he's feeling rebellious. And
he's always gonna let you know.
Yeah, he's very clear cut. Like, this is what it is. And he was like, hey,
like smiley.
And then also like, I understand why they did it, so I'm not too mad about it. But like when she's like gonna shoot the arrow, she sees the district guy that I think it's District 4 tribute that she killed. No, the District 1 tribute.
Yes,
I understood that was to show her trauma, so I'm okay with it.
I really like that.
I liked it, but I didn't like that she was with Gale, and then he was like, hey, it's okay.
You're safe.
Because that's not how Gale and her interacted.
No, never.
I liked seeing that because it's so hard to portray her inner thoughts. I thought that was a great way to do it. Yeah. I didn't like that he was there to catch her.
Yeah.
Because Katniss struggles with this by herself
100%.
in Catching Fire.
100%.
Until she's on the train with Peeta, she's struggling by herself at home. Mm-hmm. And I loved that because it's like realistic and it's true, you know, and they just like took that away from her.
Yep, 100%. And I hadn't even thought about that because I did like that scene. I remember, I think I watched it twice in the last week, and yesterday I could barely sleep, so I put it on, and that part, like I was like falling asleep, and then and then she freaked out. I was like, ah! And I was like half asleep, and I was like, did that happen in the books? But it's like, it was such a great portrayal. But you're right. Like, she keeps all of her trauma to herself, whether she screams or whatever happens in nightmares and stuff. So for him to have witnessed that in a way that the book did not let him witness that, it was a little like, I think you're giving
Gale too much credit.
No,
and he wasn't there for her like that because she didn't let him be there for her like that.
I think that the movies were trying to give Gale and Katniss more intimacy.
I agree, but
which was not the way the book went.
Right, but then
so I agree with you.
I just didn't like because it took away from her suffering, and like Katniss is struggling so much. With everything that's happened, and in Catching Fire it's shorter because right after she needs to jump into the Quarter Quell, but then in Mockingjay she is full force in her trauma. So like, I didn't like that. I felt like it took away from her journey through her trauma. And I think it like, I think you're right, they probably were trying to add more intimacy.
They were trying to add more intimacy because I was actually, just really quick, I was actually kind of shocked by like the kissing scenes in Catching Fire, because it seemed like she wanted to kiss him, and that was not the case.
I think that they were also trying to portray him as more of a hero, because like Gale is a hero, but he's like a gray hero, like he's a great character. He's somebody who's willing to blow up an entire city if it means that you win the war. And this Gale was like, gentle, and that's not how Gale is. So I didn't like that.
That's true.
I didn't like those deviations from the story.
No.
Now,
It made for a cinematic triangle.
it did. But I guess because it's just I feel so strongly about Gale that I didn't appreciate them glorifying him, because it takes away from. There's a lot of people who just watch the movie, and that's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
you get this perception of Gale that's not true.
It's not true.
It's not true to the source material, and you know, creative liberties and all that, and I understand that, but I just feel like it like muddies the conversation when we're talking about like how was Gale towards Katniss and how was Peeta towards Katniss and how were those dynamics individually and together.
Yep.
So I didn't like that. Haymitch was so nice to her compared to in the books.
Sweetheart.
So nice. Like he at some point is like, hey, what was it that happened like right in the beginning? I think it's in District 11 when they shoot the old guy.
Yes.
That
Okay.
and Haymitch is like,
she's
hey,
like,
sweetheart,
yeah.
hey, and he like hugs her or something.
And then takes her up the tower for them to
Yes.
talk and stuff.
Yes.
And then she like tells them about Snow. And he's like, it's okay. It's okay. I'm
he was
like,
not like that.
no.
He was like, are you fucking
Are
kidding
you
me?
fucking kidding me right now?
Why didn't you tell me that?
The fuck?
Or like, I enjoyed the back scenes. I did like that. I like, so since you read the book from Katniss' perspective, you're stuck in her head, which I love, but then it kind of kills the ability to see
Other
the things that are
perspectives.
going on in the background. So when her and Peter are talking to District 11, and Peter's like, we're going to donate a full month's of our winnings to...
Yeah. And then
And
Haymitch
then
was like, he
because-
can't, but he did.
Yeah, but I liked that part. I thought it was really fun to see the background of it. I enjoyed scenes like that. There was also a moment where I was like, so in the first movie, remember how Katniss and Peeta get on the chariot and they're like stoic and they're riding through.
Yeah.
And then he grabs her hand and she's like, and you know how in the book, that's not
That's
what
not how
happens.
Cinna was
Cinna
telling
says,
me about it.
smile. Tells them to smile and they don't. I mean, they do. And he tells them hold hands. But in the movie, he doesn't tell them.
No.
They just have a serious face. And then in the second book, when they're going to go on the chariots, he tells them, no smiling this time. And Katniss is like, perfect, something I'm good at. And then in this movie, he says the same thing, but it doesn't track because in the previous movie, they weren't smiling.
Huh.
Yeah. I was like, that's a little deep. I know I'm nitpicking, but
but yeah.
I was like, because he goes, this time no smiling. And I was like, wait, what? And I paused it and I was like, Cinna, they didn't smile in the first movie. The line is in there because of the second book.
Yeah.
But it's in the second book because in the first book, they smiled.
They smiled and they were like, yeah. Huh. I didn't catch that. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. It was a very small thing, but...
The portrayal of when Cinna is beaten, when she's going up. Oh my god. Because you were already talking about Cinna, so I was like, hold on. Let me, mention this part. I... and when you read that part in the book, you're like, oh my god. But seeing the way that he's beaten and she can't get out of that, and she's going into the Quarter Quell and they're about to freaking kill her, it was such an overpowering emotion.
It was so good.
It was so good. I was like,
yeah.
And then she's brought up in the tube and
disoriented. Which is exactly what they were trying to do to her.
Exactly.
That was really good. That was a really good moment.
That was really, really good.
How did you feel about Effie in the movie compared to in the book?
Yeah, I like Effie more in the movie than in the book. I liked how it was portrayed that they were having less patience with her in the Quarter Quell. I liked that.
Happened in the book too.
Yeah, no, but I like the way that they show it in the movie. I like that, when they first get in the train, they were like, oh, you deserve this. Yeah. And Katniss was like, what? And then Peeta's like, Katniss. Effie's such a she's not a complex character by any means, but what I mean when
She's a difficult character
she's
to
a
classify.
yes, she's not a complex character, but she's a difficult character to place, whether like is she good, is she bad. I don't think her heart is bad, but I think her beliefs and value system has been created for her by
I
the
think
people
she's a
around
product
her.
of her environment.
Yeah, exactly. She was created by the people around her.
Yep.
And it was my whole argument like a couple episodes again where it's like there's only so much you can do when someone has been brought up a certain way and
Right.
thinks a certain way. Like I don't necessarily think that the majority of capital citizens are assholes, but I think that they don't see that what they are.
Well, we know that they're not.
No.
Because, well, not that majority, but we know that in the capital there is like people who are not happy and that they do sympathize with the rebels, because Sunrise on the Reaping gives us a lot of perspective into that. When you meet Effie in Sunrise on the Reaping,
Yeah.
she says like, "Oh, because my uncle and my aunt have been disgraced because they were rebel sympathizers."
Yep.
And Plutarch is doing like
I
rebellious things.
loved the part where she like on the lightning, and Snow's like, no way, Plutarch.
Yeah.
And then he's like looking around like this like little chicken with his head cut off. Plutarch heavens be. Like he's alone because Plutarch has left.
Yep.
I loved that part because I think they did it really well. Because I feel like you don't get that in the
No,
book.
you
right?
don't.
Like I
You
like
never
that.
see Snow panic. All you ever
Yeah.
see Snow is like cocky,
Yep,
arrogant,
yep.
like in control of everything. Even when he's not, that's what he's presenting.
Yep. So like I like that little side.
I like that too.
Yeah. I think it was really good.
Yeah.
I think that overall, it kind of signifies like I didn't even know this, but I from the books, I do think that Catching Fire is my favorite. Because there's so much struggle. I like the way that the District 11 speech was given. You didn't.
It was so much deeper in the book.
I know.
But I did like that she stayed consistent with saying like, I see Rue in the flowers that grow by the meadow, and I see her and my sister. Like
When Peeta drew the flowers and like Rue.
I know. And you know what's crazy?
I
is
love that they added that
he
though.
does that in the books.
Yeah.
And like he never watched the Hunger Games, right?
Yeah.
Like he didn't see Katniss do that. So he like did it off of memory, basically.
Yep.
Of what she told him.
Yep.
I love Peeta.
Oh my god.
So one thing I will say, I want to circle back to Effie, but just to touch on this.
Yeah, sorry. I kind of took us off.
No. You were going somewhere with
Okay.
it. But before I forget, I feel like by adding more intimacy into Gale and Katniss, they took away more intimacy from Peeta and Katniss.
Yeah.
Because there's scenes where they're home and they interact and they have these conversations, and like they took away the rooftop scene, and like
Yep.
I just feel like they cut more of Peeta and Katniss, I guess, to
Agreed.
level the playing field or something.
They wanted to make sure the movie tracks so that you don't know who she picks.
So I think you're right. I think that they did that for more of a like, who is she going to end up with kind of thing. But, and I already know because we've been posting clips on TikTok. And so people have been commenting, like, you guys are wrong. You're not talking about this, talking about that. And so I already know one of these clips, people are going to be like, they had the whole Quarter Quell together. And like, yes, but like there was a build up to that. There, you know, Katniss, when she finishes the Hunger Games, knows that she has something for Peeta, but she can't place it. And if I'm being completely honest, I think she trauma bonded with him.
Yeah.
I don't think she fell in love with him in the Hunger Games. I think she started to catch feelings and didn't know how to like identify
what that meant.
Yeah. But I don't think she was in love. I think what she felt to him was trauma bonded. They survived something horrendous
That
together.
no one could ever understand.
Right? And only he can understand what she's been through and vice versa. And they were together for a pretty large portion of it. But then in Catching Fire, them becoming friends, talking, him going to her house with like the cheese bread that she likes,
The
they
train ride.
the whole train ride where they talk,
And they cuddle. And she's like freaking out.
when they both get reaped, Peeta is like, we are training. The three of us are training. We're gonna like before they even get called, they start training together and they grow closer as a group. And then once they do get called, Katniss and Haymitch, and then Peeta like volunteers for Haymitch.
Yeah.
On the train ride, Peeta's like, we're gonna watch all the Victor tapes, and like they sit together and like cuddle together and watch the games. And like there's one night where she's like, I can't sleep, and she comes out and he's watching the games and he's like, hey, you want to sit with me? And it's Haymitch's game and that they're watching. And so it's like you took a lot of that away.
Yeah.
And yes,
And all of that was so vital.
it was so important. It showed such a different side of them
I
where they're not in
yeah.
a survival situation.
Yep.
And it progressed their relationship so that when they were in the Quarter Quell, the stakes were higher because at this point, Katniss does know that she feels something deep for him.
Yep.
So that bothered me. All in all, I love the Catching Fire movie. I think it's great. I think it's very hard to fully adapt a book. I wish they had added more Katniss and Peeta because that's the truth.
That's the truth.
And I wish that had stayed true to Gale's character. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I will rare thing in Booked and Buzzin', but we're definitely agreeing 100% here because I generally think that you're right. I think that they reduced Gale's intensity to seem more like he likes her for her all the time, while watering down the scenes with Peeta so that the public is like, who's she gonna pick?
Yeah.
But in the book, you already saw her and Peeta getting closer, and every interaction that could have been romantic with Gale was forced.
She felt obligated.
Yes,
towards Gale.
Yes, exactly. Like,
And with
Peeta,
everything
we're
was
like
natural.
together, you know. But with Peeta, she's falling for him without noticing.
It was
like,
natural.
100%.
And with Gale, everything, she felt obligated to kiss
Yeah,
him.
like
She felt
we
obligated
were
to be
friends,
with him.
and
Yeah.
he wants me now.
She felt
and
bad that she hurt him. Like it was things where it was more dutiful.
everybody expected them to end up together.
Yes.
So, like, yes, I totally agree with you.
I don't love, like, I like Effie more in the movies, but I don't love how they made her seem more sympathetic. And I don't know if I'm confusing that because I can't remember now how she was exactly in the books, but I don't remember her like crying at all about them getting reaped. I know she didn't like it, that she wasn't happy about it.
Yeah.
But I don't remember her, like, I remember her doing the token thing.
So, what's interesting is that I think that in the book, she seemed
Like detached, right?
Yeah, I don't remember her feeling emotional at all.
I remember.
Whereas,
and I don't know if this is the book or the movie and I just merged them, but I remember reading a line where Katniss was like, that's almost rebellious of Effie because of something that she said, like, this just is not right or something like that.
yeah,
It's just not right. Something like that. But that's about it. Like, I think, that's the movie?
I think so.
I thought that in the book she showed just like a slight bit of like, I'm not happy with this, pero ya. Versus in the movie, she's like, she calls their names and she's visibly sad. She like gets teary-eyed, and I love Effie in the movies, but in the books, I don't care about her.
Yes. Overall, I do agree with you. I think that Effie is better in the movies. Yeah. Like in the books, she's very irrelevant to annoying.
She in the movies, she's just portrayed as more like, you can see a capital character that like now sees the value of the life in a tribute. Versus in the books, like she does get Haymitch and Peeta like these gold tokens twins for to unite them as a team, but that's about it. And I think she might say something like this, it's just not fair And then Katniss is like, that's like the most rebellious thing that Effie would ever say. But that's like
That's
that's about it.
linea. Yeah.
She doesn't really go further from there.
Yeah.
There was somebody else. Joanna.
Oh my God. Make him pay for it.
Yes, I loved
So
that part.
amazing. Yeah.
I love Joanna.
When
She's
she freaks out after like the blood part of the forest. I got them for you.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I
Literally
know.
great portrayal.
I know. And there are slight deviations. Like in the interview in the books, she doesn't say like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't go like that. But I love how they ramped her up in the
Yep.
movie. And
Yep.
they kind of like, they gave you a little more spice, a little more kick with
Wait.
Joanna. That is
Yeah.
very on par for her. Like that's
Yeah.
exactly how I picture her in the books with
Yep.
just a different
Yep,
circumstance.
yep. With a lot more vocal, like in the interview part, but overall, like, es pesada, you know?
It's like they kind of shifted her like little pesadness because like when she's in the elevator, first of all, she walks into the elevator naked. She doesn't take her clothes off in the elevator. But in the movie they do
So
it that way.
funny.
And that's fine. And in the elevator, she's like,
That scene is so funny.
I know. In the book, she's like, I loved your dress when you went here to this place. And she's like, oh, thanks, Cinna. Cinna made it for me, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah, I just wanted to rip it right off you. Like, she's like violent towards Katniss. And Katniss is like,
Okay.
okay.
I could just take it off and give it to
Yeah.
you.
She's
She
like,
could not give a fuck.
okay. But in this one, she's like, how does it feel to want to be the most like wanted person in the capital that everybody wants to have sex with you? And Candace is like, I don't think. And she's like,
I wasn't talking to you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I love Joanna.
She's so funny. I loved her. Yeah, I think I loved her the entire movie.
They made Katniss slightly less clueless in the movie.
Yeah.
Because like when Finnick comes up to her, she's like, hey Finnick, and they like speak regularly to each other. And then like in the book, she's like, what?
What? Yeah, in the book she was like, why is he talking to me?
She's like, I don't know what to say to him.
Yeah,
And
like
then-
right off the bat, like the interaction was like, hey Finnick. Whereas in the book, she was like,
and then he's like, oh, I haven't dealt with anything as mundane, which they kept in the movie, as money in years. I deal with secrets. And Katniss
do you
is
have
like,
secrets, girl on fire?
and in her head, she's like, what?
What is he talking about?
But I do like that, like, Peeta
Yes.
comes and he's like, what did he want? She's like, he wanted my secrets. I love that part.
I love that part.
And he's like, get in line. But, like, Peeta in the books is more aware, and he's like,
Yeah.
Katniss, these people are fucking with you.
Yeah. Ugh, Finnick, this entire movie.
I know.
10 out of 10.
I love Catching Fire.
10 out of 10. Like the actor, the way he acted.
Once again, I think it was so well casted. Everyone.
So well
Beatty,
casted.
Wyrus,
Beatty,
Joanna.
amazing. So well casted because I feel like he really is like, he has a heart, but he has that like bad boy thing going on. But he's like, he turns it on and off throughout the entire movie, like perfectly. I love his sarcasm, like his sarcasm, where when he's like, good thing we're allies. She was like,
Yeah. I love that they keep the like butting heads conflict between the two of them.
yes, like near the end when they have to split up because they're going to do the whole mission. And he's like, is there a problem here?
I love that. Because that's how he is in the books, where he's like, Katniss, he's so quick to call her out. And I love
It's
that.
like, what are you thinking? Like, are we not all on the same team?
Yeah.
So great. So well casted. And I think that he was just so funny, while also being so like, you know,
I love that. I wish they would have added the parts where, like, towards the end of Catching Fire, Katniss and Finnick start, like, calming down and, like, getting along, and you see them, like, growing.
She's like, I don't want to
fonder
have
of
to
each
shoot
other.
first. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know that that's hard to portray. And again, I understand there's a timeline, but I really did love the progression of their friendship in the books. And it's like through such a short amount of time. It's like 5-6 days that they're in there.
Yeah.
So like they got
clicked
along
well.
real quick.
Yeah, that's the thing. They clicked well off the bat, and it was a natural friendship that could have started together, regardless. Like, but the circumstance was what, you know, got her on edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do also love the part where that they kept from the book where Peeta hits the force field. Finnick tries to like resuscitate him.
Fucking goes flying. It was great. Yeah.
He like does save him. Then Katniss like hysterical over him, and then
And
you see
Finnick
Finnick
is
look
like-
at them like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, he
You
literally,
see
yes,
that
he was
little
like,
look that he gives them, and when you're watching it for the second, third, fourth, fifth time,
yep.
you're like, I know what that look is. That's
I know
the look that
he's
you're
like,
gonna reference in
wait a
Mockingjay.
minute. Yep. Wait a minute. I didn't know that, like, this was for real.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think there was also a part in the movie where they are on the beach, and I think Joanna's also confused that, like, Peeta and Katniss are actually together, like, together. And I think Finnick says something like, Joanna, come here. Do you know what I'm talking about?
What is she saying to them?
She's saying something like, "Oh, love is weird," or "Love is."
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So I feel like they did a really great job of everybody being like, "The fuck, this is real." I think the movie was done really
I
well.
thought it was great.
The arena was
Amazing. I loved it. I have zero critiques on the arena.
zero critiques on this arena. Like,
I even like that they
got it.
changed their outfits.
Yes.
Purple belts and
Yep.
blue
Yep.
like suits. Come on.
They would have looked like Teletubbies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good that's like a good comparison. I thought that their outfit was really cool.
Yeah. Well, and like before I get into the arena, because I think it was done so well, the Mockingjay dress. Like,
oh my god, I loved that.
God,
I loved that.
that was amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. Like, I wouldn't even consider that I'm like super into fashion, but like that's one of the things that really caught me about these movies, how great they incorporated the fashion from the books.
Yeah.
I think it looked amazing.
I agree.
And I liked how it shut down the stadium after Peeta. How like when Peeta's like the baby and everybody's like, cancel the games.
Yeah.
I thought it was so like true to the story. And it doesn't go anywhere, obviously. But anyways, so skip that. The arena was so well done.
I loved it.
Like,
It was amazing.
I literally, that's what I pictured. Like,
Exactly
I remember
what
reading
pictured.
this,
Actually,
and then when I
better
saw
than what
it,
I pictured.
yeah, same.
Like it was not only not a letdown, it was like an improvement on what I could have come up with in my head. It was amazing.
Yeah. I thought, wow. I was like, this is great.
Yeah. I also really liked how while we're watching Katniss in District 12 with the Peacekeepers and with Gale and all that stuff and we're also seeing Plutarch and Snow having conversations where he's like, we need to be done with her and the whole race. And he's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, all of the victors. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know if Suzanne, the whole species.
Yeah.
And then
Plutarch was like, what?
yeah, Plutarch's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, all of the victors. And I wonder if Suzanne Collins at all gave them any like insight on like, I don't think she did. I think she, like we said, like publishes the book and leaves it alone. But it would be so cool if like the directors ever spoke to her and were like, hey, so did Snow like manufacture this? Like that this Quarter Quell, and to clear something up. Because on TikTok, people have been like ripping us a new one.
With what?
We knew that the Quarter Quell was going to happen on the 75th year. What we were
knew
saying
that.
was
The
it going to be the
topic,
victors
yes.
that were going to be reaped? That's what we were discussing.
I was like, you guys don't know that 75
Did we
is
read
a
the
quarter?
book? Like, yeah, we read the book.
I love that comment. Did we read the same book? Because that's such like a courteous offense. I feel like when I read those comments, did we read the same book? I'm always like, I. Does she think
like,
I'm dumb?
Elaborate. Like, what do you mean?
I'm like, did I miss something? Like, she thinks I'm a fucking idiot or something.
I'm just like, wait, but like, what do you mean? What is your take then? Like, what are you saying? But So I liked that we got the background in this version, right? Because the
Yeah.
movie's a version of what
Yeah,
the
like
story
we
is.
don't know the background of Snow in the book, but in the movie, we know that he
I liked that
intervened.
scene, and I
Yeah.
liked how so they right before that, Snow's like, this girl needs to go. She's a problem. And then Plutarch is like, then let's make everyone hate her. And he was like, no, it's too hard. Like, they love her. And he was like, floggings, wedding, whippings. I mean, what is it? Hangings. What is it called? Executions. Executions. Her picking out like her bridal clothes. Like, everyone's going to hate her. And then Snow is like, you're a genius. Meanwhile, Plutarch in his head is like, and after this, I'm going to call President Coin and I'm going to set up the time and the place,
Yeah.
which leads me to that. I know it's a small detail, but I really do kind of wish, because I thought it was funny, that they would have kept in like when the mentors were sending the little parachutes of stuff and how like Finnick was like, Grimmy! And he would count all the breads. And Katniss was like, bro, you're obsessed with bread. Just because I thought that was so funny. That she was like, wow, you really like bread, Finnick.
I forgot about that.
I just thought,
I
only
wish
because I thought it was funny.
It
That's
was
the
so
only reason.
funny. Kind of like, why does he care so much about this damn
Yeah,
bread?
like she was like, wow, you really like bread.
I think it would have added to the confusion that was Katniss. It's like, why are these people helping us?
Definitely.
I think, what's her real name?
Who?
The actress?
Jennifer Lawrence?
Oh yeah, I think she did such a great job at being like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, she's a great actor.
Yeah.
I think she portrayed Katniss so well.
Even the end scene when she's like wailing basically at Haymitch.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the desperation that she felt was not perfectly portrayed just because I know that it's like such a nitpicky thing, but I love so much how she's so destroyed that she's literally banging her head on the bed. And like screaming at, because at the end of catching fire, at some point she goes like silent and she's just like staring at the camera like angrily, right?
Yeah.
I would have rather her like cut out to like her screaming at the top of her lungs, crying, and then fast forward to like you're in District 13 or whatever. But that's just again nitpicky. It was a great ending. I think that Jennifer Lawrence portrayed her so well. Yeah,
but I love the beach scene when like Joanna brings Beatty and Wires and she's like, I brought them for you, and Katniss looks around like, what? What do you mean?
Yeah.
And Peeta's like, oh.
I think he's like, well, didn't she want them?
But what drives me crazy is that they don't question it to anybody else. Like, what are you guys talking about? No, they're like, these people. We cannot tell them anything.
I know, but I think that because they're like on edge. Like they're like,
yeah, I don't know.
What ridiculous. Yeah.
But they're so funny because everybody's in on it. So they're like, do you imagine, like, in real life, knowing something that these two people need get them to cooperate, but they don't know the truth? All of the entire arena
I would be like Joanna. I would fail. God. I would be just like angry and yelling at them.
Get your fucking shit together.
I would not do well. Like, I think Finnick does a great job of trying to like wrangle them.
Yeah, but
and Beatty.
That's literally the word. Wrangle them. Wrangle them, like these crazy children that think that we're out to get them. We're actually trying to save them. Yeah, that was good. That was good. I like that.
Same.
Beatty was also such a great casting.
I love him. Yeah, he's great.
Oh my gosh, this was just such a great movie. Actually,
the games were so good, and I feel like. So in the Hunger Games, it's like they're in there for almost 3 weeks, right? Something like that.
18 days.
Okay. So 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, almost 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So because it was 18 days and she really took you through the days with her. So you lived in the Hunger Games. You know that it was for a while.
Yeah. The Quarter Quell was like 2 days.
It was like 5 days. But because it was so long, like, I understand that for a movie, you really couldn't include absolutely everything that happened in those 18 days. Yeah. But because the Quarter Quell was so much shorter, they really followed almost exactly what happens. Yeah, like, it was great. That's actually
true. Yeah, they did a really great job of being like, which is crazy because I feel like so many book to movie adaptations are not done well. This was done really well.
It was amazing.
Like, who did this?
So I think his name is Francis Lawrence. There was the director for the first Hunger Games is not the same one as for the second, third, fourth, and then for the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. That's the first one. Look for Catching Fire. He was Gary Ross was going to direct the second Hunger Games, Catching Fire, but he didn't have enough time to, like, he said that he wasn't going to be able to do the source material justice because he didn't, like, the amount of time that they were giving him for the film was too short. So he stepped down, and then Francis Lawrence took it over. And then he did the rest of them. He did Catching Fire, Mockingjay 1, 2, and he did A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I'm
so excited to watch that one.
I'm not. I think he's going to do Sunrise on the Reaping. You know, they started casting for Sunrise on the Reaping.
I know. You know what? I'm 70% in. Like, I think I'll finish it, like, tomorrow. I'm really excited.
I want to know how you feel about it when you're done. So you have to live text me.
I mean, okay.
I'm not even going to say anything.
I mean, I texted you the last huge thing that happened, and that was like, I was like, that was horrible. Okay, anyway, sorry, I won't make it about this.
I know.
But yeah, I think the movies were done just great, honestly. Like, and even oh my God, when she shoots the arrow into the arena now.
That was beautiful.
Oh my
Cinematic
God.
masterpiece.
Yeah, I'm like,
beautiful.
I'm like shocked that these movies were made, what, in 2009, 2013. I'm like, the technology, like the way it looks so dystopian, but technology forward at the same time.
I love that scene when she is launching it, and then the lightning hits and it travels and boom. I think the best part is the camera angle because you feel like Katniss watching it happen. And then when everything is falling all around her and the claw is coming, and you can tell by watching her, Jennifer Lawrence, that in the character she's resigning to, like, okay, I'm dead. Like, let them take me.
She like falls back down.
Yeah.
She's like, fuck it. Because at that point she thinks Peeta died because she used the cannon. So she's like, fuck it. At least, like, I'm taking the capital down with me or whatever. Like, she's given up because she doesn't think Peeta's alive. I'm going to backtrack for a second.
But in the movie, in the book, she knows he's alive because she hears him call her.
I don't remember, actually.
He does.
Okay.
And then I'm almost 100% sure she has an internal dialogue of, like, do I go look for Peeta? And then she looks at, like, she's like, let me just do this. Because some way, somehow, she pieces together, like, Beetee had wrapped the coil in, like, I don't know what, a knife, and I guess tried to drive it into the force field or throw it, and it bounced him back and knocked him out. And she was able to do math and be like,
oh, I see what I need to do. Yep.
And, like, she's thinking about it, and I know that she hears Peeta's voice. I don't know if she thinks that it's really him or if she's disoriented in the moment.
Okay.
But she makes an active decision of, I'm going to shoot the arrow. And she does.
Okay. I don't remember that, actually.
In the movie?
In the movie, no. In the movie, she thinks he's dead.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't say it, but...
No, but she's screaming for Peeta, hears the cannon, has that. Which, by the way, I thought the hesitation scene with shooting Finnick.
I loved that part. I love
where
that.
you know what's going to happen, where you're like, oh my God.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
And he's such a good actor.
Snow was like, let it fly.
But he's such a good actor because in that moment, that facade, that I'm Finnick O'Dare facade, it's gone.
Yeah,
and he's looking at her like, Katniss, remember who the real enemy is. And in his eyes, you can tell, like, it's the real Finnick, the 100%. One that you see in Mockingjay. 100%. Not the one that you've seen through all of Catching Fire. It's so crazy. That's such good acting. Yes. Because it literally is in his eyes.
Literally, that's what I'm saying. Like, he literally, the entire movie was turning it on and off. And that scene was, like, bare.
But
like,
it was so good because it really felt like life and death.
Yeah.
Such good acting from everyone.
So good. And she, like, the head, like, she was going to let it fly.
And then fucking
she
Snow.
was like,
And
then
this is,
and
I
then he's
love that you get Snow's perspective
yeah.
because you see the back and
He's
forth
like
between the two of them
smiling.
where like she never does what he needs her to do.
No,
Ever. And you
never.
never see that in the books because you're
No.
just watching it through her eyes. But in the
Yep.
movie, you see his perspective of like what he's expecting her
Yep.
to do.
And he's like
And she's
smiling. He's
like,
like, let it
no.
fly. And then Finnick says the right word at the right time.
Yep.
And then Katniss is like,
Wait a minute.
wait a minute.
Yep. Because that's what Haymitch tells
That
her right
scene.
before she goes
Yep.
into the arena.
Yep.
Remember who the
Who
real
real
enemy is.
enemies
And
are.
she's like, what?
That was amazing acting. I was like, and again, like I've read the books a million
Yeah.
times. I've watched the movie a million times, but that scene I'm always like, is she gonna do it? Like I fucking know she's not gonna do it. But it's like that back and forth was amazing.
I love that part.
Yeah, it was really, really, really good.
I loved Peeta and Katniss in the arena. I mean, it's so much better in the book.
A million times better in the book.
Even
Okay,
like
so
the pearl, it's so sweet how he's like, for you.
oh my god,
And she's like,
She's like,
thank you.
thanks.
And she just like grabs it. It's so sweet. I fucking love that.
Okay, so I think that we've gone through the majority of the movie, but I will say one like big summary thought is in this movie, I don't think Peeta's and Katniss love story was done like
I agree. Justice.
was done justice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I think that they cut out too much and it watered it down.
Catching Fire was the
That
book
was their love story.
where the fans realized like, oh,
It's the book where she falls in love with him.
and she doesn't know it, but we know
Yeah.
it.
You can feel
know,
it
yeah.
through her.
Yep,
And
exactly.
it's, oh my God, such good writing because she explains what love feels like, but won't give it a word. And so I agree with you. I think that they didn't do Peeta and Katniss justice in the movie. And I get it. They were trying to create the love triangle and really make you wonder. But then in Mockingjay, you get so little of them too that it's like, this was their book.
Yeah.
And it,
Yep. I think that's the only downfall to the movie, in my opinion, is the fact that it didn't achieve the most important part for the readers, which was that's their like you said it was their love story. Yeah,
that's sad.
sad.
My main two things with this movie, even though, like I said,
I still think this movie was great.
This movie.
Yes,
I
I
could
agree.
watch it on repeat all day.
We're just doing what we do best, which is talk shit.
But my two things are that one, that they did water down Katniss and Peeta's relationship, which hurt because this was their love story, and two, that they like tried to make that they made Gale someone he wasn't. They made him nicer. They made him like more empathetic. At what point has Gale ever looked at Katniss like this?
Yeah,
and he did that several times.
a million times.
So it's like they just made Gale
even
nicer than what he was. They took away his core qualities.
Yeah, even when she wakes up in District 13 and he's like, "Hey, Catnip," like he does say that, but he's way more like. And in the movie, he was like, "Hey," and then she's like, "Are we home?" And he's like, "There is no home." And like in the book, he was like, "Doesn't exist. Got your sister out." Like, I agree with you. I think they watered down his intensity to make him more of a viable player in the triangle.
And to make him more appealing.
Yeah. Because who's going to want someone that doesn't give
and that
like
sucks because it's like Peeta and Gale are so contrasting. The same way Katniss and Peeta are so contrasting.
Yep.
And Katniss and Gale are so similar. Like that's what that's what we know. That's what we read. That's what we see.
100%.
So I didn't like that. Those are the only two things I would change. Everything else pretty much I would keep. I think they did a great job.
I think they did a great job. I can't think of anything else that bothered me at all. The scene, well, I'm going way in the beginning, but in the scene where they come back for the Victor tour or whatever, and they like meet in the middle and fall in the ice. They did it so right. They looked so cute together.
I know.
Okay, so you had said your two biggest kind of critiques is the love story and Gale. I'll add in that I don't like how friendly they made Haymitch.
Yeah, I like Haymitch in the movies, but you're right. They really did take away a lot of his grit. And that's another thing, that Haymitch and Katniss are very similar. They're not likable.
And they're at odds often, which I think that the book, I think the movies tried to make it seem like that, but by making him a lot more nice, I think it took away from like the back and forth where they like actually don't get along because they're so alike. Yeah. So I don't like that they
I
made
agree.
him
I think
nicer.
that's a good point. Oh, also Plutarch. They took away the part where he flashes his pocket watch and you see the Mockingjay on it, which clues you into that. Like, and I think they
The
did it
arena.
intentionally. I think that they wanted you to be surprised that Plutarch was,
Yes,
you
that
know.
he was involved. Fair.
But I will say Plutarch in the books, and I know we've talked about this, is way different than Plutarch in the movies.
Yeah,
I love Plutarch in the movies. He's stoic.
Yeah.
He's like
He's like, what?
plotting.
Yeah.
He seems like a good guy. It looks like he's doing it for the greater good. But in the books, you get a sense that he's like, this is another game. And and reading Sunrise on the Reaping, he's different in Sunrise on the Reaping than he is in
100%.
Mockingjay. So I'm like, who are you? I need a book on you.
So it's interesting that you say this because I still haven't finished Haymitch's book. I think I'm like 70% in. But I agree with you. I think I got whiplash from his character.
Yes.
Like I think like
And I love
Mockingjay
it.
Plutarch, movie Plutarch, and like Haymitch Plutarch. I'm like,
And I love it, but it just makes me more and more curious about Plutarch. Like, I want to know,
how you got here.
who are you? What is your real motivation? And especially when you find out in Sunrise on the Reaping that he's filthy generationally rich. It's
so
like, what do
rich.
you stand to gain from this?
Yeah, when Snow was like, they never lost a dime.
Yeah, even in the war when we were all like
Without,
eating
they never
scraps,
were without.
They were still like fine, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But anyways.
Plutarch, I think, was also different in this movie. Very slightly. You don't see a lot of him here and there. He's stoic, whereas you don't see him like barely at all in Catching Fire. Just in the beginning at the mansion, and then at the end, where he's like, "Yeah, welcome to District 13. Like,
Welcome to the rebellion.
Yeah, welcome to the rebellion." So that's another difference, and I think it'll be more notable in Mockingjay.
Agreed.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on how Prim and Astrid were like not relevant, didn't appear? You know what they did show was Astrid kind of like freaking out and Prim being like, "Mom, I got this." Not freaking out, but like her hands were shaky.
She couldn't get the morphling out.
Which that doesn't happen in the books.
Not only does that not happen in the books, but I wouldn't give a fuck if it did.
You know, I'm just saying they
That was
tried to make Prim bigger in the movie than what she is
in the movie.
book.
They're trying to make the mom skittish and poor her
and Prim,
when
the badass. And that's
so
not how it is.
proves my fucking point, anyways.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I didn't appreciate how they were like, and again, the mom is like a weak bitch, and Prim now she's like this medic.
I got this.
Yeah, like, and also you don't have morphling. Just saying.
Yeah, where the fuck did they even get that shit from?
Well,
I mean,
Madge
they do
gives
have
it to
it.
them
Yeah,
in the book,
they do have it, but
in
it's
the movie,
she
just has it.
Yeah, but in the book, they don't give it to him.
Well, I think because Katniss throws the biggest fucking fit ever,
Well,
they do.
yeah,
Madge brings a box of it,
Yeah.
and then they give him.
True. Ugh, another mess with Madge.
I know.
I did find annoying when the Quarter Quell was announced and she runs out and you hear Astrid, no. And I'm like,
You found it annoying that a mother was grieving her child?
yes. Because everything she does annoys me. And that didn't happen in the book.
I know.
So stop.
Yeah. Once again, they were pretty relevant in the...
Thank
they're
God.
generally pretty relevant in the whole series, like within the book and the movies.
Do you imagine if they wouldn't have been, how much more I would hate them?
Yeah, I just don't really think that there's any repairing. Like, I think in this book, I started feeling frustrations towards Prim, but I still wasn't at the... Mockingjay is what sent me over the edge with her.
Really?
Yeah, because in this book, like, I understand brevity, but like, they don't show in this movie, but she's having nightmares every day in her house by herself, and Prim doesn't
screaming
come in,
and no one does anything.
and that bothers me. But
of course it should.
But
especially the mother.
That's
useless.
Mockingjay, she's in air vents and in the hospital, and we don't need to go into this, but that's what sent me over the edge with Prim. Anyways, so overall,
I can talk about that.
I know.
Like another hour.
I just don't want to like drill this I don't want to drill Gale every time we talk or Prim, just because I feel like at some point the viewers are gonna be like, I get it.
on.
I get it.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
I loved seeing the victors. I wish that they would have shown a little more interaction because in the books there is more. Like, I think Peeta hangs out with Glimmer and Gloss for a little bit, and then in the book, and that they want to like add Katniss to their team, and Katniss is like, no.
Overall, I think it was. I'm still gonna hold it to number 2 for me right now. Like in the rating system of the movies, I think maybe next episode when we cover Mockingjay. So when we cover Mockingjay, this might change. But right now I'm at Mockingjay Part 2, Catching Fire, Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 1. But Catching Fire is really good. So I'm going to compare it to the second part of Mockingjay.
Catching Fire is my one.
Yeah. So
Book
I'm going to
and
see.
movie.
Okay, so Catching Fire
Even
book
though
is the best for
I
me.
think Mockingjay Part 1 might like go up for me than Part 2 because I know it's not in the book, but the part where she's singing the Hanging Tree and they're showing the rebellion, that shit gave me
So
goosebumps.
good. Yep,
So
agreed.
you know what? Let's rewatch and see where the ranking
Let's
goes.
rewatch.
Absolutely. I know for sure Catching Fire is going to remain one for me.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So
then
the
we'll see where
Mockingjay is my
everything
switch
goes.
for you.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So next episode, we're actually going to take a break from the movies and we're going to dive into Haymitch's book, Sunrise on the Reaping, which we're really, really excited to. So we'll catch that for our next episode and then we'll resume back and finish up Mockingjay. This was Booked and Buzzin'.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.